What's happening? Can you guys hear me? All right. Welcome to my live stream. My name's Neomustangs. My name's Dan. It's Neomustangs. It's my Fox Body Mustang channel live stream. I appreciate you guys for chiming in. If you're watching it a little bit later, haven't seen you guys in a couple weeks, so it's good to see y'all. I wanted to say right off the bat that live streaming, there's about an 8-second delay from when you ask a question. So it may take me a little bit of time to go through chat if I actually get an opportunity to talk to you. So yeah, without further ado, just wanted to say that I apologize for not being able to live stream consistently every Sunday for the last couple Sundays. We may end up changing the live stream schedule to where it's two Sundays a month, just because, you know, I have my kids on the other Sundays and I like to spend time with them if I have the opportunity to. So we may change it, we may not. We'll see how it goes. Spring's right around the corner and summer's right around the corner, so I might do some live streaming outside with Mustangs at my other house, at my shop. You know, when I got the black car and my dad's car, so you know, it is what it is. I wanted to give a what's up, Papa Mega? It's my son Mason. It's good to see you, son. Hope you're doing good. David Crow, Smitty Bad, Mike J, Aaron, what's going on, guys? So tonight, as you can see, I got Dad's car out. We cleaned it up a little bit today. Man, this chair is squeaky, bro. I blame Cousin Fred. It's all jacked up. I need some WD-40, bros. What's up, Pat? Mod Motor, Zero Fox Given. Guys, I want to show a shout out right off the bat to the guys in green. Those guys are my channel members, and I do appreciate you guys supporting the channel. If you guys don't know what that is, it's the join button below. I always be talking about it because it's just something that you can give back towards the channel if I'm your favorite content creator. If not, I don't care. I'm not asking for it. Just saying I appreciate the guys that are in green that do. And I appreciate everybody who watches my videos and subs to me. So anyway, weather's starting to break now. Make sure if you come into the channel, in the live stream, or you're watching it later, make sure you hit that like button. It helps my analytics of my live streams and my videos. So what do you guys, did you guys get a chance to check out the last two videos that I just released Friday and Saturday? We decided we should keep it simple, stupid. Because if I don't, then I'm going to be stupid simple. And it's just, I need to get the car running because I need to get it running and tuned. Because we got some plans for the black car. What's up, Broken Tool? Hanlon's, all right. So, Andrew Hanlon's in the channel. They don't pay me to say this, but Andrew Hanlon is the co-owner / family member. I don't know how you want to say it, Andrew. Part owner of Andrew Hanlon Motorsports, which is a very prestigious, in my opinion, transmission place. So if you got any Tremec, any 5-speed, literally 3650, T56, T5, T4, top loader, you got any questions, hit this dude up. He's also on Instagram as well. You can find Hanlon pretty easily all over the internet. So I wanted to shout out them. Also wanted to shout out my man Donnie B for shouting me out in the fuel upgrade. If you guys didn't get a chance to check out Donnie B's recent part 1, part 2 videos, he did a video on upgrading your fuel system. And guys, it's a 40-minute video that literally takes you from step 1 to starting the car, where you could take your fuel rails, you could take your stock fuel system and be able to push 500, 550 horsepower before you're pretty much out of injector. Barring that you use 60s, but that's always been my thing. So what's going on, Pat? How's your engine build going? Pat has the budget brawler black coupe, if you've seen it on my channel. Not the one from years ago that I've been posting about. That's my black coupe. But I think I posted a couple videos. He runs 9s in an automatic. He had a stock bottom end motor. I know he's building some crazy crap right now, but God only knows what he's coming out with this spring. Speaking of which, it started getting a little bit warmer here, finally. We got up to about 60 degrees today. And it's an absolute freaking mess around here because everything's now starting to kind of de-thaw again. And it was just freezing 0 like a week ago, you know, like last Tuesday. And it's like everything's muddy now. It just drives me insane. I'm going to have to lay some more rock down out here in my shop because it's starting to get muddy. It's kind of like raised up, so it's starting to get muddy at the end or whatever. What's up, Cousin Paul? So on offset, me and Dave, the mad scientist, we're going to talk about mass air converters. I got an A9L and I got a harness, and we were going to convert Dad's car back to mass air. But I don't think we're going to do that now. I think what we're going to do with Donnie B sent me a Mr. Freeze easy install, you know, just a simple install. God, what am I looking for? What's the meth kit? Whatever. And it's an Anderson Ford Motorsport thing. And he, I think we're going to keep Dad's car speed density this year. We're going to rebuild the motor. Unless we go turbo, I'm not going to mass air convert it. And even if we did go turbo with the new engine, we would still stick the speed density in it just to see what the difference would be. Because my channel is derived around stock bottom end stuff, right? That's the stuff you guys are dealing with. Some of you guys aren't. Some of you guys have the 363s and the 408 strokers, or even the 347s, you know. That's like a tier 2 thing. Whereas a majority of the people that are dealing with Fox bodies are just basically dealing with a stock bottom end motor. So the best thing for us to do is, as a channel wise, is to not get away from that. And literally, how much stock bottom end stock can you really talk about when it's just a speed density system? Shit, I'm working with bare bones stuff here. Like, I'm not using tuning software with this. This is just FMU and pray. So again, we got some plans. I'm gonna talk about Dad's car. We've been talking about this for a few months. A couple things have changed. I did kind of want to get into the mass air conversion because I wanted to see if I could make more horsepower with the Vortec and even the nitrous if we took a little timing, add a little fuel, put a bigger injector in. But you know, to get this much gain, I got to do this much work. It's better I just keep it that way, keep it simple, keep it the way it is, stick the meth kit on it, run it, have fun with it, build a motor for it, maybe do a turbo kit later on in the year. Until then, we got to get that car naturally aspirated and nitrous shot. So let me get into some chat here. What's up, Kick-Ass Mustangs? Frank 3 Stangs, how you guys doing? Ford Blue Gauge, just wanted to stop to say what's up. Leave a up. Thanks taking my wife to dinner. Hey man, go have a good time. Guys, families first, man. I appreciate all y'all. I got about 35 in chat already. And I appreciate you guys just listening to me sit here and ramble. But, you know, I ain't got nothing else better to do right now. So, you know, it's always a pleasure to sit down and live stream with you guys. Like I said, I apologize you guys haven't seen me for a couple weeks. One thing I did want to talk about with the live stream before I get back into my chat. Guys, don't freak out if you don't see me post anything. Like, legitimately. Like, my channel's not going anywhere. Like, I enjoy making YouTube. I don't mind the edits, even though I'm kind of over-editing myself. And, you know, sometimes it's a pain in the ass to do that stuff. And sometimes it just ain't got time to do it. Like, you know, work, you know, kids, just life, you know. So it didn't help that it was 0 degrees outside and 3 feet of snow. And, you know, the whole coupe convertible, like the whole conversion thing, everybody's, you know, I had one guy tell me he's got blue balls and trying to figure out, you know, he can't wait for content to come out. And I'm like, whoa. But I thought that was a funny way to put it. But he said that, you know, he can't wait to, you know, see some more content on it. Guys, I mean, I got a convertible that I'm possibly thinking about converting to a coupe. But I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not going to dig it out right now. and I chopped that roof off, got it prepped and ready. So now what I'm really looking for is I'm seriously hoping to find a like a good 4-cylinder body / car that's cheap, that's solid. And in 4-cylinder convertibles are probably like the bottom of the barrel of people who want. I mean, it's like the last Fox body that anybody would drive, like in our type of like horsepower setup or whatever. I mean, that's bare minimum right there. So I mean, to find one of those is going to be kind of a little bit difficult because I don't think they're advertised very much. Not like a V8 coupe would be, you know. So back to chat. Perry, LS Motors smell bad. JPP, what's up? What's going on? Didn't know you were turbo speed density. Actually, that's what we were talking about. When I do end up going turbo on Dad's car this year, because we will go turbo. I'm an on-3 dealer, so eventually I'll get, you know, I'll put that stuff. Actually, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I got a freaking on-3 kit sitting on the shelf that came off of the black car. So we'll probably end up putting that one on. I got to get a cheap turbo. I'll probably use something different. I'm gonna probably go back to the Master Power. If anybody remembers Master Power, they were a Brazilian turbo. I had so much fun with the 7068. My buddy Ron Hartman. If you guys know who Ron Hartman is, he's a Thunderbird guru, turbo coupe Thunderbird guru. He had a line. Like they don't make Master Power turbos no more. I think Master Power was bought out by Comp Turbo. But there used to be this little turbo, and I ran it on the black car, and we ran 10 teens with that little ass turbo on an on-3 modified kit for when it was at its peak. I mean, it was out of turbo. And if I could find another one of those Master Powers, they were good quality, cheap turbos. And I rebuilt it, and I had a blast with that. So I hope to find another one, 7068. That's what's going to go on Dad's car. But when we do turbo Dad's car, we're going to stay with the dual exhaust. We're going to put the straight through Borlos that I got for the black car on it. And we're going to go speed density first to see if it even acts like anything. You know, even if it does anything for me, you know. So, anyways, Jody, I'm grilling ribeyes. All right, man. Steaks, baby, steaks. It's warm up in Ohio, too. So, I mean, I wish I had a grill. I mean, we're going to be doing that with my live chats. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to do some live chat 7:30 on a Sunday. It's going to be, you know, it might be, you know, 75, 80 degrees out. I'll be grilling around my Mustangs over at my other house or whatever. We'll be sitting there shooting the shit while I cook. So that's a good idea. The weather has been brutal this year, snowstorm after snowstorm. I get it, Andrew. What's up, Michael Collins? Andrew Liddell, you gonna do a video before and after numbers of Mr. Freeze? Yes. Well, the video, Aaron, that we have, the most power we made out of this car, not naturally aspirated, but we do usually do a naturally aspirated hit, right? We set a baseline because it's not tuned. It's just FMU, right? So we'll do an NA pull, we'll do a supercharger pull, and then we'll add, you know, we'll turn the freeze kit on. So yes, we will do that. But again, you got to multiply the numbers on a system that would be Mass Air or Holley, because there's more adjusting going on. You know what I mean? So you'll make more horsepower. It's just a simple baseline. Does it work? So I appreciate that, Andrew. SJM Racing. Hey, Dan. And what's up, brother? Dave Crow, love to have the right spacers for on-3 alternator bracket. I've ordered it twice. They seem to keep sending me the 351 spacers. Interesting. Perry, going with the 17x9 10 Cobra term wheels. Any recommended? Are you doing the Perry? Are you doing the same wheels that are on my black car? Those wheels there are the staggered 10.5 rears. 17. So I'd recommend no bigger than a 275 on a 10-inch. But if you go to a 10.5 and you're able to stuff that thing under there without cutting your wells out, which I did with this car, which looks badass, then I would if you think you can get a 10.5 under there, T Perry, do it. It's you can get a 315 with the combo tire package. I think it's like an extra 75 bucks. I think I paid like 1,600 for that set. I mean, they're just the cheap SVE wheels, but I mean, it's just the way they are. I mean, with the knockoff, or with they're a turning wheel, but you know, they got that deep dish, you know, 10.5 in the back, bro. And from the back, if you guys remember the 80 convertible or the 80 Corvettes, ain't nothing was cooler than seeing that big ass tire on the back of a Corvette back in the 80s and early 90s. Remember that? You knew that was a Corvette in front of you because that tire was about this big. At least it felt that way. Rink Rat, I need a roof skin for a hatchback to repair a hole I have. You can come get that white one I just made a video on. All right. JPP, I didn't know it was possible to turbo a speed density. Yeah, I think I just answered that. We're gonna try it. What's up, Frank Stang's Garage? Street Fox 347, what's happening? Mike Sherrill, what's up? I think they are the same as the black car. Okay, so T. Perry, they make, late model makes the Cobra Terminator knockoff. They make them in a 17.9 all the way around, which they all kind of have that, like, that face value to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no dish to it. And then they make the 17x9, 17x10 staggers. And then they make the 17x9s, which all the 9s are the same, you know, for the front. And then they make the 10.5 deep dish staggered. Does that make sense? So they make like 3 different combos. Appalachian Fox Bodies, what's happening? 89 GT50, what's happening? I can roll fenders. I have Dover at Foxcast to do work. I can't. Yeah, that's no big deal. Rolling fenders, if you're going to stick a 10.5 on a Fox, you have to roll fenders. You stick a 10-inch on a Fox with like a 6-inch backspace, even 6 1/4, you should be rolling your fenders anyways, because the front fenders, don't worry about it. The rear fenders are like, I mean, the sheet metal literally cuts your tires. There's no right answer. Listen, suspension, there's no right answer to suspension. Like, the best thing for you to do when you go to do a suspension on a Fox body in the rear, buy your springs, buy your LCAs, or, you know, the whole set, the control arms, do all the bushings and the rebuild, do it all at once, and then see how the car sits. Because if you cut your rear springs on your car, and then you change the control arms, and then the car sits different. So you want to do all those mods together. That way you can set your height and set your stance. Do you understand? And then you can roll your fenders. That's what I did with the black car. If you do one mod at a time in the rear axle, you might end up screwing yourself up. What's up, Craig? Locks. Can't wait to see the turbo on the speed density works. Me too. We're going to do the same amount of boost, so it's only going to be like 7 pounds, but it'll make more power. Stangman78, what's happening? What compression ratio, mod motor, what compression ratio do you like to have when building a turbo motor? It really don't matter. I built, the 363 was pushing 11:1, and we made 800 wheel on 16 pounds. Most Fox body rebuilt stock bottom end motors are all 10.5-ish. You start getting into strokers and stuff, you're getting into the 10 range. Don't worry about it. I say that when you start getting like 408, you start getting into 408, you got to run a pretty big dish. You got to be careful because as you go up in cubic inches, the compression goes up quite a bit. So, what are you using for a wastegate and blowout valve? I always use a tile blowout and a precision wastegate. I have a 66 on the white car, and then I have 46. I have 2 46s on the shelf. So, what's up, Wasted Wages? Tuxedo Fox, New York. What's up? Cheese. I'm restoring a 90. Do you know where you can get a replacement rear lower bushings or rear arms that are not aftermarket? I want to say, I thought late model sold the oval replacements. I've seen them in parts cars we brought home multiple times. I've seen them in red. I've seen them in blue. So they do make them, cheese. You just got to find them. And I'm pretty sure late models to blame for that one. I mean, to get a replacement. Frankenstein's Garage. Since we are on the wheel topic, will an SN95 complete rear end with a 10.5-inch Cobra horse fit without cutting the inner wells? What's the back spacing on the 10.5s? Because I'm going to tell you that if you don't already have the SN95 axle, don't buy it. Because obviously you want to buy it for the rear disc, right? But you can convert your Fox body axle to a rear disc just like an SN95 using SN95 parts. The one thing that's nice about SN95 is now that stuff's already done, and you stick it on the car and you don't get that sunk in look on your wheel, so it kind of puts the wheel at like the fender like lip or whatever, and makes it look nice. But then at that point, if you're rebuilding an axle and doing stuff like that, you might as well put 3-inch studs on your wheel or your axles anyways and just play with spacers. You know, if you're not pushing a whole lot of horsepower, just play with spacers to get your wheel sit where you want it to sit, you know. Michael Perez, what's up, Neo? Seeing if you finish that 3-inch tile pipes on your car to put the same setup on mine. Oh, you talking about the tailpipes? We haven't done it yet, but I had to get the driveline in first before I did that. Yeah, Gretty's a nice, that's a good blowout. Some of it, that's what I thought. I didn't think they were too hard to find, Mike. Wasted wages. Out of curiosity, why are you choosing to do stock? Oh, you must be talking to Chi-Chi's. I agree with him. For the money that you and the time that you would have, it would have to probably, I'm gonna guess wasted wages, that he wants to just make it look factory sort of, which has its own, you know, good idea, you know what I mean? Say, hey, that's a factory controller, but it's got nice bushings in it, so. That's what I was just saying, Broken Tool. You have more money in the aftermarket bushings and getting them pressed in than just buying another set of LCAs. Pat Turchin, got the cheap turbo kit on the 302, clocked the turbo today. Have to redo my exhaust and a little bit of cold side. Always waiting that last minute. I get it, Pat. I mean, we still got a date with the track with Dad's car. We're gonna shoot a big pill at it and see if it can beat, because it technically hasn't beat the supercharger at the track yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave this alone. I did prep a new block. The mad scientist Dave Dalkey does have a block that he's gonna cut the deck off of. He's gonna clean it, paint it. Oh, what's up, Wasted Wages? I appreciate you becoming a member of my the channel, dude. I appreciate that. But going back to Dave, we're going to put new, you know, we're going to do the freeze plugs, the cam bearings. We're going to deck the block, because listen, when you're going to get a motor built, decking the block is so important. Every Fox body motor at this point have some sort of warp in their deck. End of story. Ask any machinist. Matter of fact, my 408 that's in my white car that was in my black car, Dave had a time getting that thing straight. He had to cut more off one side than he did the other, and it was just crazy. He's like, this block is just warped. It's not usable, but anyway, I'm going on my soapbox. If you want 4-wheel disc brakes, it's easier just to put well, that's kind of the same thing. You can go to the junkyard. Listen, there was a post on Corral. Like, there's a lot of good shit on Corral. That's just decades of guys talking Fox body stuff. And I'm going to be honest with you. You could go on a V6 or a V8 SN95. Who gives a rat's ass what motor's in it? Because they're all the same in the rear. All you really need is the anti-moan bracket. You need the caliper bracket, the caliper. And then you can go to Rock Auto and order freaking cheap disc disc for the rear, and you could just take your whole backing plate off of the rear of your Fox, and you can convert your whole rear Fox the way it sits to a 5-lug. You know, you just slide the Ranger axles in or whatever, you're done. And everyone thinks you got SN95 axles. But of course I would know because I wouldn't see the ABS ring. No, it's all good, Waste of Wages. I appreciate you coming back. What's up, Sean Ray? Thanks for your input the other night. My base, yeah, dude, Brutal's one of Brutal's best videos. I think one of his best ones that he's had to date is his idle reset. Outside of that B-cam video he did, he's got a lot of hot videos, but I know he did a really good job explaining the idle reset. And he's real he's real stern on it, and as you should be, because it's such a pita. It makes that much of a difference. The offset 10.5 is plus 27. I don't even know what that is offhand. Mike Collins, I love that hood on the. Actually, my dad's car right here, this Cobra R hood, it's just a cheap knockoff. You remember Champion? I think they're still in business, but it's a shit hood. But I've had that hood on like 7 cars. But I appreciate it. Dad's car looks good, but I mean it's not perfect in any way, shape, or form. But it is what it is. My 89 is a junkyard build. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, look, why spend all the hundreds and thousands of dollars on shit you can go to the junkyard and achieve the same thing? Like, take for instance, like 19-pound injectors. That's actually a mod to me. Changing your injectors from the fat 1 sprayers to the 4 spray yellow injectors for the Explorer will make your car run all kinds of better. 89 GT50 finally ordered my MM rear coilovers yesterday. Nice. Mod motor. When you put the Tremec in, do you shim the trans mount to get the driveline angle? No. If I did anything with the, see, I don't have my adjustables on that car yet. I have them, I just don't have them on yet. The pinion angle we ran on the white car was like 1.5 angle or 1.5 degree. I don't shim any of the trans though, if that answers your question. Mike Sherrill, got a TPS on the 86, still reading 1. Well, that's going to create a fault, Mike. After widening the hole, that's a good question, Mike. So you widen the hole so you can adjust it more, but I would definitely change it. Chris Gomez, what's happening? VA in the house, buddy. I like all your videos. I appreciate you. Appalachians Fox Bodies, find you a 87, 88 Turbo Coupe Auto has 373s. That's correct. Finding a Turbo Coupe axle though is like finding a unicorn. They're a myth, I swear. Usually the guys that have them you already know what they are. I think like I said, I mentioned his name earlier in my stream. His name is Ron Hartman. He's on Facebook too. I mean, if you guys do Turbo Coupes and Thunderbirds and stuff, that guy's a pretty big Turbo Coupe guru, a Thunderbird restoration type guy, like I like to do with Mustangs. So, Jody Clintworth, you and Brutal are my favorites. Others are cool, but you two are the best. Foxcast is third only because I'm not into coyotes. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Me and Brutal talk quite a bit. When we'll go through little stages where we'll talk for a couple weeks and then we won't talk for like a month. We're just both busy. We both got our own thing going on, and I appreciate what he's got going on, and I'm sure likewise. I'd like to meet him. Can't wait to meet him at Fox, the Ford takeover that Fox is going to show. So I dig them all, man. Like I didn't even know Tip was in Canada. He was driving his coupe that he just got started in the snow, and I'm like, oh. But I do appreciate that, Jody. Mike Perez, Neo, how do you become a subscriber? Describer? You talking about membership, that guy? I think I think this is my link here. If you guys are interested in joining as a, I think I pinned it. You might have to go back up to the top, but that may or may not work. But you see the guys in green, they're the channel membership guys. I got the t-shirts. Listen, I got t-shirts being made for the guys who are level 2 and up. I'm probably just going to send them out to whoever that's in my membership. I don't know how long they've been subscribed or whatever, but anyways, the guy that's made these shirts and sweaters for years, it's just been a crazy battle to get him to get anything done. So I'm thinking about, you know, because I want to do the lid launch like Andrew had told me to do, and I know Andrew messes around with that stuff for handling, so you know, we're going to get that stuff taken care of. Hey Dan, about the injectors, I have a spare set of Off an Explorer, but don't have to repin. No. Explorer injectors are the new EV6 style with EV1 plug. They were the in-between injector from going from the fatty 19s to the newer style EV1 plug, which had the, I don't even know what the new plug was even called, but it's a great injector, guys. I'm telling you, bar none. It's a great injector. Make sure you guys hit that like if you're in the channel. Matter of fact, I'm going to look to see if I can find it, but Cousin Fred, I just bought him a injector rebuild kit off of Amazon. And I can't find it. But what we're doing with the injectors that we actually sell on eBay is we're actually taking them apart and we're cleaning them. And they have this little filter and this little cheap tool that you stick into the injector and it pops the filter out. And it comes with pintle caps and O-rings and spacers, and you can clean it all up, and you know, you put a little 5-volt battery on it, you can check to make sure it's switching on and off. I mean, that's what I do. That's what I do with the Explorer injectors, man. Feast Japan, what's up, man? I think I just answered your question. Didn't the Explorers have an 8.8? Yes, but an Explorer rear axle will not fit in a Fox body. But yes, the Explorers had 355s, 373s, and 410s. What's up, John Eric Miller? Wearing my shirt now, guys. Order one. There you go. Mike Sherrill. Sometimes the four-eyed Thunderbirds tricks me at a distance coming at you looking right. Wastes wages. The best way to adjust the pinion angle is to set the identical to a harmonic balancer. If you're running spherical or solid, you're correct. Blue Collar Fox. I had a crazy idle stumble in my carb 347. Changed it to ported to full manifold vacuum fixed. No idea why. What's up, Robert Kretz? Can you put yeah, you can put the injector adapters. They do make injector adapters. T-Mac, do you have ground clearance issues with long tubes and 3-inch collectors? They are definitely an issue. I haven't had an issue with it yet because we haven't even got the car rolling yet, but I'm definitely down to do some fabricating if I have an issue for sure. But we'll find out here soon. I'm hoping I don't have too much of a problem. I know the Basanis weren't exactly nice and snug. So, going back to, what was I talking about? Anyways, we did the video. I had to do a 2-part video this weekend because we had the Ace hardware thing. I mean, I had stole like all the hardware from my black car just to get my white car rolling. It's crazy. And then I did the 13. I mean, that video was fitting to be about 25 minutes long. But I split it up. I thought it was smart. I thought it was cooler to just do it that way. That way you've seen the whole thing done. But I'm getting real antsy, man. I want to get this car finished. because you guys are going to see burnout videos in my black car. I'm going to be driving in it a lot. It's just, I'm going to make my black car a street driven 5,000 miles a year. I'm going to drive it out of town. You know what I mean? I don't care. I mean, I'm not going to do that with the faceplate. But I got a hit on a McLeod T56 bell housing, so I don't have to worry about a back order no more. I got to get my aluminum drive shaft, cross member, and pigtails ordered up from Andrew this week. So Andrew, send me a text tonight, tomorrow. I need to order. Hopefully Inland isn't on a huge back order. So probably by the time I get all my parts together, I'll have this car running. And the nice thing is I moved on, because without putting the driveline in, I can't find time to put the exhaust together, and I can't find time to reroute my fuel lines. You guys see what I'm saying? This is why you keep it simple, stupid, man. Keep it stupid, simple. I keep getting them backwards. You just don't wait. I know I'm going to have to go back and redo and put the T56 back in it. We already know that. But two things happen from this. One, I can see if my TKO 600 is going to work good, and we're going to make some power with it, have some fun with the track. And then we could turn around, put the T56 in it, and then shoot a bunch of nitrous at it. You see what I mean? I'm not going to probably run this, this car on nitrous with the 600, because I plan on doing a 2-stage Holley Terminator 300 shot with whatever the motor makes. I mean, there's no reason why I can't run mid-low or mid-high nines with that car, naturally aspirated, full weight, full interior. The car's already been 930, 40s. So let me get back in the chat here. Broken tool. Have it 13 degrees right now. Okay. 88 Stang are 4.6 injectors. Yes. Pretty sure they are. Robert Kretz, I'm in the middle of changing my balancer and water pump. Puked fried. Oof. Balancer usually has all the rubber. If you see the rubber coming out of your balancer, it's about to go. Mike Perez, I appreciate you joining back up as a club member, man. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Wasted wages. Blue call, okay. Zero Fox Given, where's a good place to get a T5? I live in Kentucky. Get a T5 from somebody that you trust. And everybody wants to talk on Facebook and this site and that site. Or, you're crazy if you buy a T5 and you spend $800 or $1,000. Let me tell you what. The market on T5 is ridiculous. Because, hang on, make a chat. I don't care what they tell you, and Andrew can tell you right now, he's in chat right now, Handling Motorsports. All Tremec parts have gone up in price. Their rebuild kits, second gear, first gear, sliders, synchronizers. So they've tripled in the last 10 years. You used to be able to rebuild a T5 for on the cheap. Man, those 30-year-old paper synchros, I don't give a shit if that T5 in your car runs good. That's great. But here's the thing, is they're on 30-plus-year-old paper synchros. Technology has made us better synchronizers now to where they last longer, they have better, they have a better wear pattern. They're just a better product. So naturally, pretty much every T5 out there needs freshened up. It's just like an old motor for the most part. You're on borrowed time with it. So to get back into what you're talking about, the T5 rebuild is expensive. And you'll still spend $1,000. If you break a gear, you probably break a counter, you need a rebuild kit, you're out $750 right there. Plus paying somebody labor, you know what I mean? I have mom call you, wife, and okay, no problem. Oh, what's up, Robert Kretz? I appreciate the super chat. I appreciate you supporting the channel, bro. I appreciate everybody. Just bought New Balance. Okay, T5 rebuilt. Congratulations, Andrew. Oh yeah, he just had, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. He had some good things happen recently. Jason Miller, hey, hi there. Doing a 5-speed right now. Swap, do you? I need to buy a 5-speed Humper floor. No. Go check out, guys, what one was that? Part 2 or part 3? You need to go check out my T5 swap videos because you can't do a T5 swap in one fucking video, bro. You just can't do it, man. I've tried it and I've tried it again and I'm like, no way, dude. No way. So what we did in our last T5 swap video is we turned and we did part 1, we did part 2, and we did part 3. And in that way, people, it didn't make a 40-minute video that's edited forever or whatever. But anyways, hi there, Neo. It's all good. The engine that I had, all right. Robert Kretz, don't use Gorilla Glue. Utmost, what is that? Dude, what is that? UNT8 MDGT? Intimidate GT? Is that right? So what's your thoughts on a Coyote versus Windsor? You're gonna spend the same amount of money either way you look at it. Now, if you catch a deal on this or catch a deal on that, I'm gonna be honest with you. Where are you in Kentucky? Okay, Andrew, Swedish Sugar, man. I appreciate the super chat, my man. Supporting the channel, you my dude. Money Pit Mustang, evening. What's going on? Government cracking down in the aftermarket, doing away with off-road exhaust? What? Dude, I'm going to be honest with you guys. There's just no way they're going to be able to get away with something like that. Just like smog, which should be happening in California and Texas and Florida and all these other smog states, these cars should be exempt. Like, they're old enough to have a historic plate that doesn't register, it doesn't technically expire for 50 years. Why should we worry about spending thousands of dollars to put these fake platinum Cadillac converters to choke our cars up? Doesn't make any sense. There should be a absolute cutoff for that for me. I love your channel, Michael Perez. Pulling my hair out since the early 90s in these cars and 19 of these things. Man, I hear you. Robert Kretz. Okay, been clocked wrong for a while. Wow. You'll notice a big difference the way your car runs with a fresh balancer. Thunder Mountain is in, okay. My T5 is an Astro Performance Cobra upgraded. I picked up about 15 years ago. Nice. Got that for $700. They build those things strong, but it still got rebuilt. Sean Ray, Zero Fox Given. I got my T5 from Advanced Auto Parts for $1,200 with a 3-year warranty. LMR has them for $2,800 in either a 1-year or 30-day warranty. Woof. I think Advanced had this. What was that? Jasper motors. Those were interesting motors. I found a couple of those in parts cars. They had like this tag on the side of the motor. It was really cool. We need some warm weather to come. The crap. I know. I get it. Automotive addiction. Got spring fever. Bad. Car all together unpainted. Just need. I got spring fever too, dude. We were out driving. I was out driving in this today. It was dead empty on fuel, and I'm like, man, I got to get over here and get some fuel in this car because we finna go to the dyno this week, and I don't even know where I put Donnie's. Let me go find it. Oh, here it is. Got some dust on it though. So, I got dust all over me now. And if you just hit the channel, make sure you hit that like, bros. So I got this Mr. Freeze. Oh no, man. I'm gonna end up retaping this and I'm gonna do a video on it this week. Y'all get to see a sneak peek early. That's why you chime in. We got Mr. Freeze kid here. I mentioned this thing before. Let's check this shit out. So, Donnie B is a Anderson Ford Motorsport right there, the number, bros. Anderson Ford Motorsport manager, co-owner, I don't know, I think he's the manager. But he sent me this kit. And I was talking to the mad scientist today. And he said not to mass air convert the dad's car over. So he said, why don't we just leave the car speed density and we'll put this little kit on it. See if it makes a little more horsepower. But I'm going to end up showing this in a video this week. I know y'all want to see what's in the box. This looks pretty cool, huh? So y'all going to see this in the video, right? Y'all going to click like when I put this in the video, right? Because I'm showing this early. I'm just kidding. That's pretty dope. No, Andrew Hanlon is Hanlon Motorsports. It's Bob Hanlon's son. It's not Brutal's. That's cool, man. So I must mount this pig. What's it do, Donnie? I know you're in chat here somewhere. So I got to put this fitting in like a EGR spacer? Because I could stick it in the EGR spacer. That'd be no problem. I guess I should look at the instructions, right? I don't know what's up with these little nozzles. That shit ain't gonna fly. No, you know why? I'm gonna spray it all. I meant that for a funny. Well, yeah, that's what I got in the kit right there. Figured I'd finally open this up. Kind of interested in where I'm going to put it though. Maybe on the inside? Maybe inside of the fender well area? Donnie, is there a bracket that goes with this? That's a badass piece right here, boys. If you guys are running boost, and you want to pick up a little bit of boost, pick up a little bit of horses, this is cheap, bro. Not cheap, but Donnie B, what's the price tag on this thing retail? So I can say it in the video this week. We catch up in chat. Donnie B, that will be content for the install. We'll give you and Neo a shout and tag. I appreciate that. Yeah, Bassani, one of the few left making off-road H. You know, is that why? Yeah, I noticed that. $215. That's cheap, bro. Wow. So do you set that up on a micro switch like you do nitrous? Hope to see y'all at Takeover. All right, Craig, me too. Foxcast said it was hard to find an off-road H-pipe. It looked as well, but they seem to be harder to get. So you mean to tell me, is this like nationwide? Is like people shutting it down? Yep, missed you again. That's all right, Marcus. We're here. You here now? I still got probably 20 or 30 minutes, 20 minutes. New site coming out very shortly with online ordering and live updates. Okay. It's got threaded inserts in the rear where you can make a bracket. Okay, that's what I've seen. Put it up, zip tie it to a bracket. You know where you can. You know where I could zip tie it. Fox Body's got that outer skirt. It's got 2 little brackets for the silencer. Tell me I don't know these cars. It's right behind here. It's on the outer skirt, so you wouldn't see it unless the fender was off. Put it right there like you would like the wiper, or you could even, I could even take the wiper fluid thing out and put it there too. Partly cloudy, what's up? Don't look like I will be able to get my go slow painted this year. Why not? Walter, what's up? Bassani still has X-Pipe available. Just bought one from LMR. So you mean to tell me, y'all making me nervous right now because I ain't even got my headers on my black car yet. So you mean to tell me that these companies like Cooks, I couldn't find any headers for Cooks, and that doesn't make any darn sense. Pace setter is still setting off-road H-pipes. LMR, Summit, Muscle Race, I've gotten in trouble for selling them in California. That's a California thing, though. Like, California is really getting strict about... It's like California's soon to be... Like, I don't understand why you have to have something about the carb. It has something to do with the emissions / cancer / there's a sticker you have to have on your box, and you have to register it and pay taxes on it or something. I don't know. Because on 3, you can't sell a kit to anybody in California. Because I talk to On 3 often enough to know that. Had to drop a like and sub to try to do my part. I appreciate you, Payne. Waste of wages, pace it. Okay. Donnie B operates on boost pressure only. Just hook up the vacuum line to the boost. Got it. Hook up your jet line to the supercharger inlet. Got that part already done. Because remember, we tried to do that shit with the washer fluid a while back. Fail. Now, Donnie, can I spray that right through my EGR port? AKA, let's just say I had a hole in my EGR port. What, like post throttle body, or does it got to go before the supercharger? Jegs has shorty H-pipe still. I've been having trouble finding an off-road H-pipe for my 97. My paint money went into a new engine. Man, I get it. You gotta have a running truck, brother. EPA law is changing. A lot of states are going to be switching. Dang. I'm trying to get those LMR gunmetal gray 1810s. They're being sold out. Everything's on back order. Aaron, when are you going to put going to GT40's pops cars? The engine rebuild will be just like what we had in the black car. The black car was, I had a guy call bullshit on me that I had a stock cam in my black car when I was running 1060s. I was like, son, I ran 10 teens with the stock cam. GT40 Explorer heads and GT40 Explorer intake. And I did it in a full weight GT at Quaker. And I don't know. I'm just a production parts type of guy because that's what my whole channel was based off of. Now you get to see it all over again, but this time, to answer your question, Aaron Lenamond, we're not going to go crazy with this car. We're going to build a stout-ass motor like we did with Hot Wheels, and we're just going to throw stuff at it. But first, we got a, Mr. Freeze kit. We're going to see if the little Vortec can take a little more power. Anthony Wilson, hey Dan, do you have any convertible front seat belts for sale? Aren't convertible the same as... No. Okay. Yeah, I got a bunch of convertible seat belts. You're just going to have to get with me, man. Celine replica wheels, that is. Okay. Those are a nice wheel. Sean Ray, ain't going to be lie, boys. I bought my H-pipe off Amazon cheap. Before supercharger, since it pressurizes the bottle. Okay. That makes sense. What are you, what is it? What did your turbo 408 run? We ain't got it done yet. Oh, we ain't got it to the track yet. Now you remember my turbo 408 went to Big Dog Fabrication, who made that kit. Y'all remember the video me taking it down to him. He should have that done here in the next couple weeks. The plans of the white car runs. It's tuned. We're gonna come home. We're gonna change the tune. We're gonna get it tuned back into the new kit that's installed, which is gonna change the tune anyways. And then the next mod for the white car is a Holley Terminator X. Donnie B. It's time to start tuning on a Holley Terminator X, and I'll still do the binary editor stuff with quarter horse and motes with Dad's car. But Holley's going to be on the white car, and the Holley's going to be on the black car by the end of the year. So, speaking of cams, why not cam the blue car? You can't cam a speed density car. But when we mass air convert, I may pull the stock cam out of it and put a B cam in it. Now remember, like I said, Dad's car's speed density still, guys. So you can't tune speed density-ish. Even though all the aftermarket systems are speed density, they'll run off a map like the Holleys. But I can't tune that one. Honestly, I buy all my stuff from Amazon. Bought a Ford Racing B cam for $225. Marcus Jordan. Okay, on a budget. Kiss and cheap. That's right. Yep, still have a Terminator X in stock and more coming. Okay. So I know I'm going to need at least one soon-ish. What's the retail on that, Donnie? On the X? Isn't it just one, right? There's not like multiple versions. It's just the Terminator X. Isn't it like, was it 1,000, 1,200, something like that? Well, Marcus Jordan, to answer your question about the camshaft, why those alpha belt cams cost so much, it's because it's proven. It's because those camshafts has stood the test of time, and good, bad, or indifferent still work very well. Now you start messing around with Chinese cams, you start messing around with Lunati cams or camshafts that, I say Lunati because I didn't have any good experiences with them. Not that they're not good cams. It's just they didn't work for what I had going on. It's just that'll do. You see what I mean? It's the whole concept. Yeah, that'll do. That's good enough. And Alphabet cams have always been a good filler cam for a stock bottom end thing. 58 Lacey. So a B cam on a speed density car is okay? No. When I switch to a mass air, I'm not going to do a big cam. I'm going to do a B cam. Neo, can you do a mini tub? Yeah, I mean, I don't have any reason to do a mini tub though. Not yet, at least. I know Brutal just did one on his Mustang, on his old Mustang that he's rebuilding. So he did a pretty nice job with that. My 86 is converted to mass air. I love it. That's awesome. Sean Ray, maybe Marcus Jordan, but you can't beat the tech. That's right. It's 30 years old. I get it. There's better shit out there, but they've stood the test of time. Ed Curtis, I was just talking about doing a video and mentioning that dude's name. If you guys don't know who Ed Curtis, he's the owner of FTI. Inductions? Is it Flowtech Induct? No. FTI, I'm pretty sure. That dude knows camshafts. He doesn't know me. I don't know him. He probably knows of me. I know of him. It's been years I've seen that guy on Corral for decades. The guy's very knowledgeable, and he does very good work. His quality speaks for itself. Anderson B41 on my... Now, you know, speaking of Anderson cams, it's another thing. Back in the day, y'all need to understand, back in the day, all we had was Anderson Ford Motorsport. I mean, they used to have this huge power pipe made a difference. They had camshafts that made a difference. You know, it's kind of sad to see where Anderson Ford Motorsports is today, and they don't get talked about very much. But those guys have been around for 30 years, just like the Fox Bodies has. And then you know they were around well before, you know, Late Model was, and American Muscle, and you know, I'm preaching it not just because Donnie B is here in channel, but we talked about this on the phone. You know, in Anderson Ford Motorsports been, you know, they have the camshafts. You know, they've always had the parts that we needed to make our Fox Bodies faster. So. White Dragon, I've been told with speed density you would make no difference to change any cam or turn itself back in. Is that not correct? Okay, so the way speed density works, so 1150 for the, hold on a second, I'll come back to your question, White Dragon. 1150 for regular kit, 1299 for our boosted kit. Main difference is one internal, one bar. Yeah, for sure. I would definitely want the 3 bar. White Dragon, speed density doesn't have the ability to adjust. When you put, it has set fuel tables, and you can't, the one thing you can't do to a speed density is change its camshaft. You can put GT40 heads on it, you can put springs on it, you can cheat and trick it with rockers, and you can put the GT40 intake on it. But as soon as you put a camshaft in it, it starts acting funny and running stupid. It's the same thing that happens when you run a, when you try to put bigger injectors on a speed density system. Yeah, I mean, old is making a comeback, Marcus. Going to hard to be to keep with you that 408 this year. Got to finish my aftermarket block. Just need my new AFR heads, push rods. I got you, Pat. I'm sure you'll be just fine. You're not exactly slow. It sounds that sold me back in the day. Yeah, B-Cam's got a good sound. E-Cam's got a good sound. Anderson used to make speed density cams. Now, I do know that you can put a camshaft on a speed density. So I am going to, it's not, you can't just go and stick an E-Cam in. Does that make sense? There's way, like, there was ways you wouldn't think I would be able to supercharge a speed density car. Well, I just did it. I did it untuned, and we ran it and ran the piss out of it. So there's ways to do things differently. And that's what a lot of my content happened with my dad's car. I didn't have to change my push rods. Okay. Well, usually you don't. Marcus, I'm in Dayton, Ohio, and just found out On3 is based in Columbus. Should I spend the cash and get a ball bearing? Yes. If you got the cash, if you're going to cheat and get the ball bearing, when I say cheat, I mean, if you're going to skimp on something to get something better, if you have the extra money, buy the better injectors, buy the better meter. Run the Chinese turbo, it's perfectly fine. The ball bearing will spool faster. Frankenstangs, 347. Yeah, the guys at Anderson know their Fords. That's right, they've been around for 30 years. Me and Donnie were talking on the phone about this, I'm telling you. How they used to be the king, man. Anderson put their heart and platter on the Fox Bodies. That's right. Their camshafts and turbo build in the 2000 had me scuffing everything that I had to challenge. That's right. So, sweet as sugar. Hey, Neo, would GT40P heads bolt up to a stock exhaust manifolds if you change plug wires? Yes. If you run 90-degree boots or change your boots on your current plug wires with the Taylor kit, it's like 12 bucks. Hold on, I'll grab it. No. I'm getting old, bros. Okay, I don't know where it's at. Did we use it? Huh. Anyways, if you can hear me, Taylor made a kit that you could, but I would suggest buying the tool as well. Whoops. I would suggest buying the tool as well. You could take any plug wire you got and you can convert it back over to like a 90-degree boot or whatever. But I did end up finding my Bassani headers. I was going to run studs on it, but anyway, all right. You got about 5 minutes left, 10 minutes left. What do you guys think about me buying the program to bring multiple people in? G-Funk Express 50, if you haven't checked out his channel, he does a live stream on Friday nights. And this past stream was pretty cool because he had other Fox body people in the genre. He had 4 people in on his live. So I think he hosts it from Streamlabs. So I think what I'm going to do is buy the program, StreamYard, Streamlabs. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, that's it, Fatboy Fox. So I'm thinking about doing that, and me and my buddy Mustang Mike talking, you know, shooting the shit. Because I think you guys will like Mustang Mike. He's a car guy. He's a hardcore car guy. He's been in my channel. I mean, he's been on my channel since the beginning. So he's drove the black coupe quite a bit. We've been to his garage. He's got the orange mock Coyote. You know, he's doing the on-3 swap on that white Fox. So, you know, maybe inviting some other people, like, you know, collaborating with some of the other people, like, you know, maybe Blue Oval Media and Brutal, whatever, other channels. Wow. So Marcus Jordan, okay, sounds good. I'm going to have to spend at least $3 grand. What's the cheapest I could reasonably reliable on-3 kit? About $3 grand will get you rolling on an on-3 kit. Because it's $1,600 kit, but you got to think tune, better injectors, math. You get me. What's up, G-Funk? I didn't even see you in here. You know I was watching your stream for about 45 minutes. I just didn't say anything. You guys are crazy. I enjoy that shit. I was sitting there playing a video game. I was just watching, listening to y'all. Yes, Marcus. You don't need to buy it. So you don't have to buy StreamYard? Frankenstein Garage. Okay, one more thing. If I take an SN rear bolt into my Fox and buy Fox length axles, would that be cut and dry and solve my wheel fitment? Yes. The SN95 axles are 3/4 inches longer because they have an ABS ring on it. It's a little ABS ring. That's why the axles are longer. The axle tube itself is no different than a Fox body axle, to be honest. It's got an anti-moan bracket, though, built in, so. Be awesome, Dan, on streamer. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to have to set that up. Got me a little bit jealous over here, G-Funk. I'm trying to have an extra person on my stream I could talk to and bullshit with, you know. We'll talk nothing but Fox bodies and Mustangs. I mean, I tell you right now, if I had my buddy Mike on the stream, which he's probably watching right now. But if I had him on the stream, as soon as I brought up Anderson Ford Motorsport, he would have started busting out his old Ford Motorsport, Anderson Ford Motorsport catalogs or whatever. So, anyways, I'm going to start doing some housekeeping real quick. So, guys, I want you to check out some of these channels. If you didn't get a chance to check, Maddie, good for Maddie over there at Gearhead 704. Dude had a, I just watched my camera buffer. If it buffers, don't worry about it. I'm on OBS. It's not the best streaming software, but it is a pretty good streaming software, so it's not going to cut out. Anyways, I want to go back to my housekeeping. Guys, go over and check out Gearhead 704 if you haven't. Matt, because Matt at Fox Mustang Resto. Check out some, Ken over at Blue Oval Media. G-Funk Express, he's over here in the channel. Donnie B. Donnie B's got his own channel. He also runs the Anderson Ford Motorsport channel. So if you do end up clicking on his, click on the other. I think Brutal and Foxcast speak for themselves. They're at the top of the hill, so that their content, A+. The Infamous Project, Demon Fox 50. I see Doula's putting a EcoBoost motor in a 79 coupe. That's pretty cool. I've been watching that. I think that's really cool. So make sure you guys check out some of them smaller channels, help them grow a little bit. And I think Broken Tools got a little channel. I don't mind people shout out their channels, and I'm not in competition with nobody. I've been saying that since the beginning. I do this for a hobby and I do it for fun. If it makes a little bit of money, it's whatever. I don't spend any of it. I just buy Mustang parts for this car or whatever, if I ever even did. So I am going to be doing some giveaways this year. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, though. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I'm not just going to do t-shirt giveaways either. I'm going to do some cool stuff. Maybe get some sponsor stuff. What do you guys think? Like gift card for McLeod. Even though, yeah, Justin 91LX, my bad. I haven't looked at chat. Every time I look at chat, I always get off topic here. I'll get back in the chat. So I was thinking gift cards to like LMR or gift cards to like, I'm doing a giveaway this year or multiple ones. So Swedish Sugar is showing off his emojis. You get the emojis for being a member, but I think I'm going to do with all my members this year. All my club members will get a t-shirt, which I'm talking about the polyester t-shirt, not that cheap shit. The polyester t-shirt alone is like $10. It's the one I'm always wearing. It's kind of shiny or whatever. It's kind of form-fitting or whatever. It's not the work one that looks like this. It does look like this. Anyway. Yeah, no problem, Marcus. I appreciate you joining the channel. I don't know what I'm going to do for a giveaway. I'm going to do a couple of them this year, though. I mean, I'd rather do something cool than just to give money away. Or even like some Fox body parts or something. Maybe you guys could give me some ideas. I feel that, bro. You are a real one man, not a lot of your other types around. I appreciate you, Marcus. Dude, I'm just an old school Fox body guy. The conversations that we have right here, right now on these streams are just like the conversations that I used to have in a parking lot 30 years ago, 25 years ago, hanging out with my homeboys in the harbor. Or, we always had this parking lot, boys. And this is what this is what some of them young guys don't understand anymore. We used to have this parking lot every Friday and Saturday night in the spring and the summer, going off topic of what I was talking about, that we all used to hang out at. And there was like 30 of us. And then there was like 50 of us. I'm pretty sure that's how Fat Man Invasion was born. If you don't know who Fat Man Invasion is, Adam Hurt and Tom, go check out Fat Man Invasion. But I'm pretty sure it was all just a bunch of car guys. So, anyways, Uncle Tony Garage recently said in his live that Ecamm was the ultimate version. Okay. Ecamm is the king. Bcam, I think Bcam's stronger than Ecamm, but you know, one's a little bit bigger, so it's hard to say. Let me get that vert conversion. It's coming. We're just looking for the body. Chris O, Auto Parts Warehouse in the Harbor. Yes, Chris, you are one of them. So we used to hang out in this parking lot, and you know, it was Mustangs and big motor trucks, and it was like the mini small town version of Street Outlaws. It was crazy. Just real cars, you know what I mean? That ran like 12s and 13s. And back then you ran 11s, man. You were talked about. You ran 10s, just unheard of. It's awesome. Mike, hey, Cousin Paul, Neo always has the fast. The plug wire boxes are on the wall above the intake. No, man, I was talking about the Taylor box. They look like this. It had the 90-degree boots in them. I thought they was hanging over there in the transmission. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and we are going to cut the channel loose. I pinned it earlier, but here's if you want to join the channel, yeah. If you're interested in merch, I got a merch store up. Not a big deal. I always like to throw that stuff out there. Again, go out there and check out some of the other channels that I spoke about earlier. I may or may not be streaming next week, depending on if I'm going out of town with my children or not. I wanted to take them to, you know, a couple places and hang out with them. So if I get the time to do it next week, just be surprised. Otherwise, for sure in 2 weeks, you know, we're going to keep streaming at least 2 to 3 times a month. I'm not going to change much of that. Got to get my content rolling a little bit better with this weather. My next couple videos should be building an exhaust, getting the rest of this car set up, motor mounts and exhaust wise, and putting this really cool Mr. Freeze kit up on Dad's car and making some power. So, stay tuned. I appreciate everybody. Make sure you hit that like on the way out if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys coming in and talking and bullshitting with me tonight. I will see you guys very soon. Have a nice evening. I'm going to go ahead and let this cycle. Oh, last thing first. What was I going to say? I am going to look into the StreamYard, so you might start seeing some of my streams with other people. So, and we do have a car that we're painting soon. Ask me how I know that. Good night.